Okay, I'm back. Just watched The Devil's Chord. Last video I recorded my review of Space Babies. Yeah, now on to the second episode of season 1/14/40. This was an improvement. I will say it's better than the first one was. But, gonna be honest, not one that's gonna go down as one of the greats. First, what I liked about it. The episode looked fantastic. The cinematography, the set design, the costuming. I kept thinking that this year is probably the best the show has ever looked. Even the CGI looked fantastic. Probably helped that it was supposed to be very cartoony, and it was, but the notes flying around and stuff looked great. I like the idea of this episode. I love the idea of the villain being a child of the toy maker. I love the fantasy elements that come with a character like the toy maker, so I'm all for that being explored. I don't mind a bit of the cartoon zaniness with the maestro coming out of the piano and the notes flying all over the place. I also really like celebrity historicals, so seeing an episode with the Beatles, even though I'm not, particularly a Beatles fan, I don't hate or like them, I'm just kind of neutral towards them, but it was still something I was all in for. I love the note mention of Totter's Lane and Susan, and seeming confirmation that the doctor did have children and she was his biological granddaughter. Found that interesting, as that's something fans like to debate from time to time. All that was good, it's just, I hate to say this, but I do feel like it was a bit of a mess of good ideas, not very well put together. I'm sorry if you loved this episode. Again, I'm happy for you, but that's how I feel. Personally, I feel like there was just too much crammed in. There were some emotional beats that were supposed to be there that didn't feel earned or felt crammed in. Like, the moment where they go to the future pyramids of Mars style and see London destroyed was a good scene, but okay, something I noticed with both of these episodes is that Ruby's reactions don't seem very realistic. She barely reacted to the babies in jars in the last episode, and in this scene with the destroyed London, it felt a bit overdone. It just... I don't think that's Millie Gibson's fault. I think that's most likely in the script, but when the doctor comes out and she's crying, it didn't seem like a normal initial reaction. But like, okay, we need to telegraph to the audience that this is a very bad moment, so she needs to cry here. It just didn't feel natural for her to immediately start crying. Now, if she began to cry after that moment where she has that realization about her mom, that would have felt natural. It was built up to, but it wasn't built up to. Lots of stuff wasn't built up. Like that scene with Lennon and McCartney saving the day at the end. Like, this is advertised as the Beatles episode, but they were barely in it. That scene where they come in, see the notes, finish the chord, and save the day should have been a heroic moment, but again, it wasn't built up to. Lennon comes in, sees the notes, and again, has no reaction to magical notes flying in the air. He's just like, oh, okay, guess that's happening. As if it's all perfectly normal. I think it would have worked much better had they been involved in the story more. I think it really would have been fun to have their reaction to things instead of them just moping around in the few bits that they were in. Kinda like Dickens in The Unquiet Dead. He was able to see the strange stuff and so was able to figure out what to do. But with the Beatles finishing that note, there was like no motivation to it. It was just like, I don't know. Like I said before, I like the idea of more toy maker connected villains. If we go more in that direction, if it's done well, I could get on board with it, I guess. Oh, and just one more nitpick. That's 2 episodes in a row where the doctor says, I'm never scared, except for this one time. I think for a new doctor with new viewers, you need to show the doctor not scared before you say that. Otherwise, it just seems like he's lying. Not major, just kind of funny, I guess. I don't know, guys. I'm sounding very negative. I found a lot of this episode, there were a lot of fun parts. I just think it could have been so much better. I don't know. Again, I don't want to seem negative, but I don't know, guys. Let me know what you thought of these first 2 episodes. They were fine. Not great, but I'd be curious to know what you guys all think. Maybe you'll see some things that I didn't see that will make it better. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you later, guys. Bye.